So hello everyone, welcome to this Python course. So you can download the Python from python.org. I'll add the link into the description and install it. And once installation is finished, you can check the Python version and it should show something like this. And so let's just go right into it. First, we will uh, write our first program. So let's just type Python in the console and let's print something onto the screen. Hello world. So you can print anything onto the screen using the print keyword. So that's going to be your first program. So let's move into variables. So what are variables? So variables are like containers or labels which we use to store the data, like numbers, text, or other values. So and in Python, we don't have to declare the type of the variable. We just write the name and Python automatically uh, assigns the type to it depending on the value. So let's say I can use age equal to 25. So see, in other programming language like C or C++, we need to uh, put something here like int age or something. But in Python, we don't have to do this. Python automatically uh, makes it happen for us. So age is now 25. So we can check the age. And same with I can type name as HRISH, Harish. So if I see name, so in the both cases, I didn't uh, define any type for the variable, right? And so, and there are few rules for the variable names. It should either start with a letter or an underscore. We can't start a variable's name using a number like, let's see, it's going to throw us error only with the underscore or, okay, did you mean name? Okay, so first we need to define it, right? So let's say name equal to, so we can't use it like this, but with in case of underscore, we can use it and we can see it. We can also print it, right? And there are like few practices. It should be descriptive rather than like using n as a name. You should use name. It should be descriptive. And you should not be like it should not be too short or too long. It should be descriptive. It should be able to define the value that you're assigning it to. And in Python, like we use smoke case or snake casing style, like uh, let's say my name like this kind of style we use to assign names. So there are like different types of data types in Python. So Python support int, float, and string, boolean, and none type. So let's see. So int is like numbers 1, 2, 3, and float with numbers with decimals 1.25, and string is like my name and or address. Boolean is true or false. So we can say like is true equal to true, something like this. We can assign it, and we can check is true equal to true. It's going to say true, or we can check it. It's going to equal to false. Yes, it's not equal to false. So that's how it works in Python. And if you want to check the type of any of the variable, you can just use the type function, and give it the variable name. Let's say what is the data type of the name variable. So it's a class string, and let's say I can supply int here to 24, and it's going to give us a 10 and 2, 3. It's a class of, oh, because I'm using int here. Let's use float, right? And I can use also x equal to 1.23, and type of x is float, right? So that's how you can check the data type of a variable. And there is something called type conversion, which happens in Python. So either you can manually do it or let the Python do it. So let's say, so x equal to 1.2 and y equal to 1, right? So if we add, let's see, z equal to x plus y. So z is returning 2.2. So right, to add this, what did Python had done it internally is converted 1 into 1.0 and then added it. And you can also manually do it. So let's say we don't want the decimal values of the z. So what we can do, I can just say reassign it as z equal to int of z. Then z is going to print the value of 2. Or I can also convert it into a string. So let's say, so now z is a string. So that's how we do type conversion. And they're just like common mistake you should try to avoid before, like if you're trying to add numbers and strings, it's going to throw errors. So let's try to add numbers with string. So it will say we can only concatenate string to string, not to integer. Okay, so that's it for data types in Python. And uh, let's move into the arithmetic operators. So let's say I have a is equal to t 10 and b equal to 3. So I can use multiple arithmetic operations on these two variables. So I can do like a plus b uh, and a minus b, so on and so forth. I can all the like mathematical operations are available. A star b and a divided by b. Okay, so it's going to give us the results. And there is another operator. So if I do like this double slash b, it's just going to give me 3. It's going to like remove this decimal part and just give me the integer part of the division. And there is also one another operator which is called modulo operator. So let's try that too. So a divided b is just going to return the modulo of a divided by b. So if we divide 3 into 10, the remainder is going to be 1 and it is returning the remainder as 1. And let's move on to the next operator, which is the exponentiation, which is like a power operator. So a to the power 2. So we can see the power of the variable like this. A is 10 and 10 to the power is 2 and 3 is 1000. So that's how it works. It's just like a simple math. And you can also do like operations, multiple, like use multiple operators like this, and x is going to 6. So you've seen like I've been using this symbol to assign values to variable. So I can assign a as the value of 5, b as the value of 6. So this a equals to operator is used to assign values. And there is like shorthand. So suppose if you want to add something to a and assign the value again to a like this. So there is a shorthand for this. So we can do a plus equal to 5. So what this is equivalent to this one, and also minus 2. This is equivalent for a equal to a minus 3. And also it is similar for star and multiplication and division. And there is another set of operators we use in Python, which are called comparison operators. So these operators always return a value of true and false. So let's say we have a as 9 and b as 6. So I can check a is equal to b. So this is equality operator. So no, they are not same. So it's going to return as false. Or I can check. For not I we use this exclamation mark. So it is going to say like a is not equal to b, which is true, right? Because they have a different value. And we can also check a is greater than b or a is less than b, which and there is also a greater than and equal to operator. and less than equal to operator. So these are the some of the operators we have in Python. And then we have Boolean or logical operators. And sometimes you want to combine multiple conditions. That's where Boolean or logical operators come in. So if you have so we have already defined A and V values. So let's just say A is greater than 5 and so V is greater than 6. So that's how we combine these two conditional operators using or logical operators. So it's going to return us false because A is 9 and B is 6. So B 6 is not greater than 6, right? It's equal to 6. Like if we had like this, it would have written true. So same is we can use OR operator here. So OR operator, what it checks, just check like is it's one of the conditions should return true. So you see it returned false for AND, but for OR it's going to return true because A is greater than 5, 9 is greater than 5, which is true. Okay. And yep, so that's it for this for the operators. And let's move ahead to the next topic, which is decision making in Python. So, what is decision making? So, imagine you are writing a game and you want to show a different message if the player wins or loses, or maybe you want to check if someone is eligible to vote. You've seen on some website they check like whether your age is matching a certain limit or not, right? So that's where conditions come in. They let you write logic like if that is true, do that, otherwise do something else. So let's see. So like a simple statement would be like if let's say we have a variable age and we can check if age is greater than 18, print you can enter. So I have done couple of things, right? First, I have used if. So if is just simple if condition we can use. So if so, what follows is one statement. So you have seen like in the previous module I have used operators. So this is just checking. So it's going to return a true or false value. So if this expression returns true, only the code I have written in this block will be executed. Then I have used this colon to say I am going to start a for loop, start it here. Sorry, if block, start it. And then I have used few spaces. So indentation is required in Python. So we need four spaces to separate a block. So it just tells Python that we have started a new code block, which is going to inside if. So that's how, that's the syntax of Python. So let's say, yes, it has written, you can enter. Suppose age was like 15, and if I had run this code again, nothing is printed on the screen because age is less than 18, is not greater than 18. So we are not going to trigger a if block, right? And let's say, so the another how we can enhance the functionality. So we can use something called as else block here. So let's say print you are a minor. So if this, so else is like a default block. So if block doesn't trigger, the whatever code written in the else block will be triggered, right? So let's say, and there is another statement we also use. Suppose we want to match if let's say if age is like greater than 18, do something like age is uh if age is 14 like this, okay? Print you should go to college. And suppose we had like if age is equal to 18, you should go to college. Oh, sorry, it should. I let me type it as school. And let's say if I had another block, if age equal to 18, you should go to college. And then there is a else block. Otherwise, you should do a job. So if I have another if, it will not work. So in Python, we use something called as elif block. Then we define it as 18. Let's use print. You should go to college. Then else print. You should do a job, right? Okay, because our and now let's say type a is equal to 14. So let's run this block again. So you should go to college, right? So that's how we can use multiple if elif conditions. Let's say if it is greater than 18 and age is less than 25. Okay, like this. Okay, so you should go to college. So if age is 20 and if we run the block again, you should go to college. And if age is greater than 26, let's say 27, you should do a job. So that's how el if else works. And let's take another example. So like let me write another code. So uh, let's say username equal to input, enter username. So what does input do? It lets you input a value to the code, any user value. So we can enter a user name here, and the username will be assigned to the username variable. So let's just say my name is James Bond. Okay. So now if we see the username value, it says James Bond. Now let's see, mm, let's say password equal to input password, right? Let's say 006006. So that is the password, and now I can have if username equal to James Bond. Let me do another thing now. Open one new file here. I'm just using this IDE, which is called VS Code. So let's type it here. User name equal to input username password input password. Right. So now I can say if username equal James Bond and password equal to MI6 agent print welcome Mr. Bond. Else print you are not authorized. So let's save this as uh, what should we call it? Mhm. Secret service. So service dot py. So you have to add dot py extension to make it to make sure it's a Python file. Then now how to run this Python file? Let's just type Python and the name of the file secret service dot py. Now why Copilot is being triggered? Let's do this. Let's run it. So let's type username as James Bond and password, correct password. 96 Okay, so it prints welcome Mr. Mo. And now let's run it again with the different username and password. Hey, it says you're not authorized. So that's how you use if else conditions.